quite some time. This is a Guilford team that likes to go and likes to go fast. 7th in the nation for scoring offense while sitting at 373rd for scoring defense. For this Guilford squad, it really all starts with the transfer guard in Braylon Salters. He has been crucial to what this team has done this season. The leading scorer in the conference with 21.2 points per game, and on the defensive end has got it done as well with 2.3 steals per contest. He came here from Pitt Bradford alongside Jesse Duluth. Meanwhile, for Lynchburg on the other end of the floor, Pearson Young going to play a very, very critical role in this Hornet backcourt. Pearson Young coming off his 3rd double-double of the season against Washington and Lee with 12 points and 11 assists. With that being said, we're going to step aside momentarily for the playing of the national anthem. Stick with us on FloSports for opening tip-off and starting lineups. And we welcome you back in to Turner Gymnasium as we're getting introduced to tonight's, or I should say this afternoon's, starting lineups. First, we'll look at the 5 for the Guilford Quakers. They've had this consistent rotation for nearly the entire season. Braylon Salters leading the charge in that backcourt, who we highlighted in the open. It's a 5-guard lineup with rival Axel, Cody Clayton, Gabe Proctor, and Dawson Edwards alongside him. Now for the Lynchburg Hornets, they'll take a look at their 5 for the day. It all starts with the maestro of Jake Hart leading this team in assists and steals so far this season, accompanied in that backcourt by our player to watch for the Hornets today with Pearson Young. Then Jesse Mitchell, Jason Easton, and Jamarcus Brown round out that front court for Lynchburg. Jamarcus Brown, while not our player to watch today, it's merely just because we had to give him a break from it. He has been one of, if not the most prolific scorers in the conference this season with 18.6 points per game. That's good for 3rd best in the ODAC. He's done it with a long list of heavy accolades this season. He scored double figures in every single game. He has 6 double-doubles this year, averaging 7.6 boards a contest. And on the defensive end, he's been, if not even more so, productive with 1.1 steals per contest along with 1.6 blocks per game. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress enough how much of a track meet we're about to witness this season. It is a Guilford squad that averages around 93 points per game. They've scored 100 plus on multiple occasions. It's a full court press the entire contest. They're going to run you up and down the floor, and we're going to see what kind of shape this Hornet squad is in by halftime. Opening tip is up and away, won by the Quakers. It's the Axeman coming away with the opening tip-off. He is someone that would have a great case for the most improved player in the conference this year. There's a long list of veteran guys on this Guilford team that have made major strides as the Quakers turn it over on their opening possession. Pearson Young on the far side of the floor, and a charge was called. Back-to-back turnovers is how we start the opening 26 minutes of action. We go back to talking about how Guilford's play-by-play man likes to refer to rival Excel as the Axeman. Every single guy on this squad has a nickname. We'll hit on that a little bit more as we go along, but he has made enormous leaps. A guy that just scored 12 total points a season ago has now become a consistent piece in this Guilford starting lineup, averaging right around 10 points a game. 9 seconds on the shot clock. It's reset up to 20. Inbound for the Quakers underneath their own basket. Drop down to Proctor. Working inside across the key. Basket no good. Rebound Jake Hart. Here comes that full court pressure. Make or miss. They're going to bring the heat. Jesse Mitchell. Nobody's home. Had it poked away. Hillary Scott and company wanted a whistle. They did not get. Jake Hart will inbound underneath the basket. Far corner, Pearson Young. Rips through, stops. Pass, pops. Jesse Mitchell connects from the elbow with the first points of today's game. Up top to Proctor. Spins his way inside, flips it behind his back. An inside drive. Might have gotten away with a walk there. Nevertheless, can't get it to go. Jamarcus Brown for Jason Easton. Corner three. Book it. Jason Easton connects from three-point land for the first time today. Lynchburg leads by 5. Axel buries it from distance. And there's a turnover coming from that full court press. Proctor underneath. Axel pumps, goes up strong, and ties us up at 5. It's a Guilford team that forces nearly 23 turnovers a game. Mitchell left alone, pulls up from 15, too strong. Edwards trying to go coast to coast, can't get it to go. 3-on-2 break. Jason Easton can't climb the ladder for that ball, and it sails out of play coming from Pearson Young. Now here's our first hockey sub for this Guilford team. They'll do mass substitutions at about 4 at a time, trying to keep legs fresh. Meanwhile, Pearson Young heads to the sideline, and Lynchburg will turn to one of their premier shot makers in Michael Gray. Proctor, a bounce pass, beautifully laid down for Escher. Easton wanting to go, lost the handle. Ripped away by the Quakers. Mike Gray returns the favor. Back for Mitchell, tried to bounce it down low for Brown, but it's kicked away. Another takeaway by the Quakers. Proctor up with the right hand. It's up and in. It's a Guilford team that ranks 6th in the nation for turnovers forced a game. This is a team that is going to try and cause as much chaos as possible. Jason Easton from 3. No good. Ball still free, corralled by Key Edwards. Pushed up the floor to Escher. On the baseline. Edwards gets it at the top of the arc. Proctor looking for his streaking Edwards, and those two can't connect. Flies out of bounds, and Eli Thomas will come in for the first time today in place of Mitchell. And I talked to Hillary yesterday. He said, we're definitely going to go a whole lot deeper into this bench. There's going to be a lot more rotations. We want to keep people fresh. We know what kind of ball game we're in store for. Obviously, you watch a whole lot of film on what they've done this year, and that gives you a great taste. Mike Gray, not sure if that's a pass or a floater. Either way, he got it back. Foul called on the floor. This one will go against Gabe Proctor. 9 unanswered points from Guilford in the last 2 minutes of action. And Hillary actually went back and looked at the Lynchburg Roanoke game as Mike Gray leaves it short. Went back to the Roanoke Lynchburg game from 2016. That was the highest scoring ODAC game ever. And Lynchburg scored the most points by any team in the ODAC ever. It was a final of 160 to 156. That Roanoke team played very similar to this Guilford squad as they're trying to speed the Hornets up here on Wayne Prophet Court. 9-5, 15:45 remaining in the first half.
Honors for anybody looking to make a difference.
It's really community and connecting with the people around you.
It's been one of my favorite parts of college.
It's in our DNA. Making a difference, being real, innovative, and strong wherever you are. Creating change. You believe the world can be better. We all can be better. And here is where we start making it happen. Fostering belonging. No matter who you are, here, you're home. Achieving excellence. From the classroom to the court.
And we welcome you back into the broadcast. We talked a little bit about what these teams have done this season, but let's really give you a clean look at it. This Guilford offense, unbelievable, scoring a scorching 93.6 points per contest. But like I said, they're giving up 85 a game as well. So they're going to try and run you up and down the floor. 14 turnovers, extremely impressive, considering they're forcing right around 23 a game. It's a team that has built their identity around first-year head coach Jesse DeLoof, a guy that came from Pitt Bradford and was a National Coach of the Year finalist in 2025 after really rejuvenating that program at Pitt Bradford. Jake Hart with a steal. Went into that Pitt Bradford program when they had really struggled to find success in the last 2 decades and turned it around where they won a conference title outright, both in the regular season and in the postseason tournament. Went on to win a tournament game as well. And with him came Braylon the Rocket Salters. We'll have our first trip to the charity stripe today by Elijah Thomas. Thomas, a 57% free throw shooter this season. (20 of 34 at the stripe for Thomas as you take another look at the bump on his way up. Goes 2 for 2 and ends the scoring drought for Lynchburg. It was 3 minutes and 20 seconds without a point on the board. That's what this Guilford defense can do. When they can cause chaos and speed you up, it can cause problems. But granted, it's a high-risk, high-reward kind of defense. This Guilford team, if you're a fan of college basketball in general, should remind a lot of people of that 2011 VCU Rams squad with Shaka Smart, but mix it with a little bit of Mike D'Antoni's Suns offense where they run the 7 seconds. Duluth told me pregame, he said, this is a system that every coach wants to run, but a lot of times you start running it and then you get away from it when you see the negative consequences, but he is fully committed, really committed to it a year ago at Pitt Bradford as Axel can't bury a three. Jamarcus with the rebound, and Lynchburg looking to go in transition. It's Hart. Now pulling it outside of the perimeter. Brown driving inside, fading away, off back iron, and a rebound for Dawson Edwards and company. Loose on the deck, tied up, and that'll be a jump ball possession arrow with the Guilford Quakers. I feel like it should be the other way. There's been no jump ball, and Guilford won the tip-off. And that'll be it, yes. A little bit of confusion at the scores table, but nevertheless got the call right. Thomas with a slam. An emphatic jam from Elijah Thomas ties us up at 9-9. Proctor letting it fly from the parking lot, won't go down. 2-on-1 break. Jake Hart with a bump, no foul called, couldn't get the lay-in to go. Eli over for Dre, a bounce pass for Jake, off the window and in. Lynchburg leads for the first time in 5 minutes. Axel had it stripped away. Jake Hart out and running with the open lane. Missed the lay-in. Jamarcus Brown cleans it up with a putback lay-in. His first points of the afternoon. But I talked to Duluth a little bit about this system that he's run and where it originated, how it came all the way to North Carolina. And he told me it's actually Jim Crutchfield's. Jim Crutchfield, a guy at Nova Southeastern. As we take another look at the bucket from Jake Hart on the other end. But Coach Duluth had a player that wanted to do his grad year, couldn't do it at Pitt Bradford because they didn't have a grad program, so he went to go play for Jim Crutchfield down at Gannon, or for Jordan Fee, an assistant of Crutchfield, pardon me, down at Gannon College. And Gannon had one of the best turnarounds in college basketball history. A team that won about 5 games the season before, then made an Elite 8 run. So that former player, Nate Schneidler, then went to Pitt Bradford to be an assistant coach under Duluth last season and brought that system that he learned from Jim Crutchfield's assistant. It's a long tree, but nevertheless, a fascinating story at how it got here. And obviously worked for him pretty well a season ago with a conference title and NCAA tournament victory in the mix. Proctor lets it fly from three-point range. Nothing but net. I mean, this is a kid that makes an average of 3 threes a game. Lynchburg in transition, 3-on-2, throwing it up for JJ. Just nearly got it in the tin. (15-12). Edwards inside, ripped away by Mike Gray. Ross for Palmore. Up and in. 17-12. Lynchburg on a little bit of a run here, making 4 of their last 5 attempts. Edward strokes it from long range. Gray to inbound. Finds Mitchell. Trying to get rid of it, going over to Mike Gray, and just gave the Quakers a gimme. And 5 seconds is going. Mike's got to get it in. Here come the Hornets on the break. Mitchell for 3. No good. Henderson down low. Offensive rebound. And the second chance points for Lynchburg. 19-17. Three-pointer from Gabe Proctor. And Hillary Scott wants to regroup and talk things over. Quakers back out in front. 3 ties, 3 lead changes, and a barn burner inside Turner. A fast break jam for JJ puts us at 20-19. Quakers out in front. Almost the entirety of this game has been played in the paint for Lynchburg. Meanwhile, the Quakers living from three-point land, 4 of 7 thus far. We knew that's how they were going to come into it. Dre for JJ. Up strong, no good. Got it right back. He'll try it again. Second time's the charm. Hornets reclaim the advantage by 1. Proctor now over for Clayton. A cutting Escher banks it home with the left hand. Young to inbound. Hits it to Palmore. His pass for Pearson knocked away. That's the second time that Palmore has really gotten in trouble in that coffin corner. Young just heaves it downfield. Last touched off the Quakers, Cody Clayton. Lynchburg flips the floor. 10-16 to go. JJ finds a flaring Pearson Young who can't connect with anything. Dawson Edwards across the timeline. Proctor curling, shooting, back iron. Edwards, the offensive rebound. Here's a drive from Escher on Palmore, spinning inside, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound from Clayton, and he's fouled on the putback attempt. Earlier we talked a little bit about this Guilford men's basketball team and their home broadcaster, who I might say I am the biggest fan of out of any play-by-play guy I've personally listened to as someone that is pursuing this as a career, I've listened to a whole lot of guys. And if you're unfamiliar, I mean, I'd ballpark and say this is a late 60s, early 70s gentleman who sounds like he's sitting courtside with a sweet tea. It calls Cody Clayton the Gator. Salters is the Rocket. And he actually had an email from his grandmother asking him to call him the Rocket after he tried to pivot the name over to the Salt Shaker. And I mean, he's got the AOL email that he reads out on the broadcast, and fans can send him an email and give him a shout out or something to talk about in the broadcast. So I'm actually going to take a page out of his book today. If you'd like to email in, 28joebrennan@gmail.com. That's my personal, not the school. I'm more than happy to take a page out of his book because he's one of the best in the game. I mean, this guy is, I will say, he's still looking for a nickname for Key Edwards. That's something I heard on the Shenandoah broadcast. So if we can think of one today, that might be the route we go. See if we can help him out a little bit. But I've got to say, my personal favorite is somebody makes a three. He likes to give that dog a bone. I think that's his trademark. And I think that's right up there with like the Mike Breen bang. That's one of the best you've got. Regardless, I digress. Back to the ball game, 23-22. 9:20 remaining in the first half. Eli Thomas, far corner, off back iron. Fight for the loose ball, tipped by Brown, and a loose ball foul called against the sophomore forward. Here come the Quakers. Lynchburg has stayed in man defense for the most part today. It is a team that likes to run that 1-3-1 as Easton pokes it away off the dribble handoff. Drops it off for Pearson Young. Down low to Jake Hart, and an easy lay-in right in the chest of Dawson Edwards. Dawson Edwards, a 5'10", 175-pound guard. Little jump shot is up and through from Cody Clayton. That's his first field goal today. Easton over for Brown. Now to Pearson Young. Brown. Oh my goodness. The freight train was rolling down the tracks. Just got enough of Jamarcus to send him to the charity stripe. This is one aspect of his game that's seen a whole lot of improvement. You should take a look at the give and go and the foul that went against Gabe Proctor. Guilford fans saying he wasn't in the play, but we got a good look at that on the replay. He was the man that swiped at it. And it looks like they're going to review this now. I mean, I think that's... So they're now going to the scores table for it. And we're just going to run it on a loop. And that was the quickest review I have maybe ever seen. That's like when they get the NFL and they go straight to New York. That's what we've got here. A great staff on deck today. It's been a little tough for everybody in the snow, but we've got Ava Meinhardt, a volleyball player, on camera alongside her. Landed spots right side for the Hornets volleyball team on replay. Ethan Morotsky, our graduate assistant, directing. My main man Roman on camera as well, who's doing a great job. Maggie Fees, our floor camera today. the grad assistant for the Lynchburg field hockey team, and of course an all-star crew led by Eli Schilling at the scores table. With that, Brown will head back to the charity stripe. His first trip to the line today. Brown this season 64 of 100 at the free throw line. 25-25. Rachel got it away. Trying to drive on Brown. Over for Escher. Proctor inside. Tried to get it over the outreached arms of Jamarcus Brown. Couldn't get it to go. Easton will cool down the offense. Young in a straitjacket. Reverses the floor for Eli Thomas. Baseline drive and a turnover right in the arms of Ridgel. Jake Hart returns the favor with a takeaway. Pearson Young, corner. Jason Easton, no good. Brown, the offensive rebound, and the putback is right there to give Lynchburg a 2-point advantage. Salters, the Euro, the kick out, the triple, no good. Pearson Young, the rebound. Quick passing from Lynchburg. Eli Thomas on the doorstep. Hornets now up by 4. Salters against Hart for the big fella. Stops at the elbow. Basket won't go. Eli Thomas the board. Young for Hart. Through the middle. Brown, pull-up jumper. Strong. Jake Hart over for Pearson Young. Thought about a three, takes the dribble, steps in. Jamarcus Brown nearly got a putback jam. Kicked it out for Eli Thomas, and it's poked free. 29-25, Lynchburg leading by 4. A host of substitutions for the Guilford Quakers. Proctor and Salters among the substitutions. Hart inbounds to Thomas. Gray will set the table. Easton down low for Brown. Mike Gray fading away. Basket's good. The shooter's touch from the microwave. Key Edwards in the far corner. No hesitation. Left it shy. Dawson Edwards, second chance. Key Edwards keeping it alive. Got jarred free, got it back. Ball still loose and picked up by Hart. Doubled. Mike Gray. 2-on-2, taking it right at the rim. Wanted a whistle that he did not get. Jake Hart playing volleyball out there, spiking that one out of bounds. Henderson, Palmore, and Ross enter the contest for Lynchburg. The Hornets with their largest lead of the afternoon, up by 6. Edwards around the horn. The Baconator, stop and pop, rattles out. And another takeaway from the Quakers deep in Lynchburg territory. And they capitalize with a Key Edwards lay-in. Trey Ross has a step. JJ. I mean, that's a mouse in the house. You've got Dawson Edwards at 5'10", matched up with JJ on the low block. You've got to imagine that you're going to try and feed the big dogs down low with the lack of size that Guilford has. It's a team that runs 5 out, as you can see right now. I mean, nobody in the restricted area or in the lane. Clayton drives inside, taken away by Henderson. Palmore, right-hand layup, won't go. Jamarcus Brown with the putback jam. And Jaden Palmore tapped with a whistle. Take another look at the dunk from Jamarcus Brown. He can get that whole head over the rim. This kid is a freak of nature. Lynchburg up by 8. Ross matched up against Clayton, hacked in the act. Basket won't go, but he earns a trip to the stripe. First attempt is up and in. It's a team that shoots a whole lot of free throws, but the percentage hasn't necessarily been where you'd love it to be. A team that's shooting right around 70%, which is not terrible by any means. That's a good team free throw percentage. Bugs down low. Knocked away and fouled by Cody Clayton. But they're shooting about 20 a game, and they're giving up 20 a game as well. And the free throw percentage and field goal percentages are two of the lower stats offensively for this Guilford team. And take it with a grain of salt because they're top 10 in nearly every other category, and it's because they're shooting so many shots on a nightly basis that you're bound to not have as high of a percentage, especially with how many shots are being taken from the perimeter. 8-point lead for Lynchburg. Wide open three won't go for the Quakers. Nice bounce pass for JJ. Clear the runway. Big fella with a tomahawk. Now here's that 1-3-1 from Lynchburg. Expected to see it at some point today. Salters fouled on his way up. Couple of shots at the line for Salters and the Guilford Quakers when we come back from break. Lynchburg with their largest lead of the day by double figures.
Your calling is beyond the classroom. This is where you feel at home, where you feel connected. And this is the place where you'll answer that call. Here, you'll learn to lead the way in the industry you love. The equestrian sport management major at the University of Lynchburg. Accepting applications now.
(30-28), Lynchburg out in front. It's been a slow offensive game for this Guilford team. The Hornets have done an excellent job of really making life difficult for Guilford, an offense that is averaging over 90 points a game right now with 29, shooting 11 of 31 from the field, 4 of 11 from downtown. Lynchburg hasn't found a whole lot of success from deep, but breakaway chances like this one inside the paint have been their source of life. 14 fast break points for Lynchburg today. 30 points in the paint out of their 40. Clayton, 3, no good. Axel tried to ricochet it off Palmore, but he got a grip of it. Now Buggs will do the exact same, but a heel out of bounds before he knocked it off of Axel. Group of substitutions for the Quakers as Jamarcus Brown re-enters the game for Lynchburg. These teams sitting at 7th and 8th in the conference respectively. With two of the top players in the conference. You know that this is a really deep ODAC as Trey turns it over. Layup is up and in from Reynolds Escher. It feels like you've got 9 teams in the ODAC that can come away with a conference title, which is wild to say, but it's certainly stronger at the top when you've got 4 teams that have been ranked at some point this season. Randolph making the leader amongst them, but Washington and Lee also making a great case for getting in that national poll. Team that Lynchburg, however, defeated in their most recent contest. That was a big road victory for the Lynchburg Hornets. It snapped a 3-game losing skid for Lynchburg to Randolph, Macon, Roanoke, and Virginia Wesleyan. Reporting to me, Hampton-Sydney. Palmore off the glass for Jamarcus Brown. A little bit of razzle-dazzle from those two. And a foul on the other end of the floor. They've had 3 slams from Jamarcus today, but this one might take the cake. And Palmore will head to the sideline. You can imagine that it's a lot of, that was awesome, nice job, but also, hey, don't do that again next time, and just go up and make the layup. Players on the bench certainly love it. Coaches, it's probably more so mixed emotions. Salters knocks down the first free throw. 9-point contest. Proctor leading the way for Guilford with 8 points tonight on 3 of 7 shooting. He's connected on 2 triples. Henderson leading scorer for Lynchburg with 10 points, 5 of 6 from the floor. Buggs left alone. Back for Mike. It's a switch onto the big fella. Now out for Jake Hart. Congestion on the interior, but they find Buggs, who gets fouled on his way up. Tyler Buggs with 3 points already today. 1 of 2 from the line, now make it 2 of 3. Pair of substitutions for both parties. The 5 on the floor for Lynchburg, consisting of 3 forwards with Easton, Buggs, and Brown, and a 2-man backcourt of Young and Hart. It's a Lynchburg team that we've seen run small ball this year. They have 3-4 guards that they like to play at a time, but it really seems as though they're trying to counter what this Guilford squad has, and they trust their forwards enough with the handle. We've seen Easton and Buggs and Henderson and Jamarcus, all those guys with a ball on a string trying to break this press. This time it's Pearson Young that can't evade the pressure in time. A 10-second violation from the Hornets, and a little bit of a celebration from head coach Jesse DeLoof on the sideline. Salters, step back on the baseline, nothing there, he'll drop it off. It's Bacon at the stripe, no good. Pearson Young, the rebound. for Jake Hart. In the corner, Easton, a three. No good. Hart the offensive rebound, but he lost it on his way to the deck. Key Edwards drives and kicks. Worked around to Proctor. Under a minute to go. Bacon, pump fake, dribble drive, a kick out for Edwards. Ball got knocked loose. Easton on the floor. Behind his back to Buggs. Poked loose and the ball trickles out of play with 38.6 remaining. And a timeout taken. It'll be a 30-second timeout from the Lynchburg Hornets. We'll keep it here. 28 rebounds from Lynchburg to Guilford's 15, nearly doubling them up in the first half of action. It's a Guilford team that has dominated the offensive glass this season, the second most offensive rebounds in the nation. And right now they're being out-rebounded offensively by Lynchburg. But they are on pace for their season average of 18. Turnovers has also, of course, been a big factor. It's a Lynchburg team that does a great job of protecting the rock. 12.5 turnovers a game. They've got 14 already, but they've also forced 12 for a Guilford team that averages 14. And with those offensive rebounds, just 1 second chance point for Guilford. Meanwhile, 16 for Lynchburg. Hart to inbound. I might look for a 2-for-1, and he's fouled on the inbound. Got tripped up by Dawson Edwards. Lynchburg should get shots at the line. This will be 1-and-1. Pearson Young, a reliable shooter from the line for Lynchburg, shooting at 73% this year. He's 35 of 48. These are his first free throws today. As a team, Lynchburg is 7 of 10 through the first half. Nylon. Palmore heads to the scores table. He will take the place of Jason Easton. Missed the ladder, left it short. Here's Edwards. Drops it off for Salters. Inside, right-hand lay-in, floats in the air and gets it to fall. Jake Hart for Eli Thomas, up and in. An easy deuce for the Hornets. 9-point ball game. Guilford can hold for the last shot. Salters, the conference leading scorer, shake and bake, can't get it to go, and a loose ball foul with 0.6 remaining. This will go against Jake Hart, and it's 2 shots. Edwards' first trip to the free throw line today. A 71% free throw shooter from the stripe this season. Misses the front end. It is amazing to me right now that Hillary Scott is calling plays with 0.6 on this timer. Concept of getting the shot off. Jamarcus, the hoist, won't go. Tip your cap to Hillary Scott and company. They saw that one coming. I didn't think you could get one off in time. Nevertheless, it's Lynchburg leading by 8 at the intermission. 47-39, second half coming your way on FloSports.
In this hive, everybody Everybody has a place. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody is a part of the swarm. We are engineers of empathy, architects of tomorrow, and storytellers of today. We're not waiting to change the world. We already doing it.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's gonna become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academic. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
A trademark of this place is self-expression. Not forced, not filtered, not a facade. We don't shape students into copies. We help you find your own voice.
Think a private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
Here in Lynchburg, the cage birds don't just sing, they soar. Because at Lynchburg, they will finally sing. A trademark of this place is self-expression. Not forced, not filtered, not a facade. We don't shape students into copies. We help you find your own voice. Unapologetic, authentic. Because to be a Hornet is to think differently.
Want to have some outdoor adventures while getting a degree at the same time? At the University of Lynchburg, we have an on-campus zip line and road course. Plus, we offer adventure trips that cost less than a cup of coffee. And did I mention our beautiful scenery? We're a university for students looking for something more than just books. Welcome to your new adventure experience.
Lynchburg is all about you, your ideas, and your goals. We've got one professor for every 10 students, so you can get all the support you need. In the classroom, in the lab, or in nature. You'll learn by putting yourself out there, and we're right there with you.
It's in our DNA. Making a difference, being real, innovative, and strong wherever you are. Creating change. You believe the world can be better. We all can be better. And here is where we start making it happen. Fostering belonging. No matter who you are, here, you're home. Achieving excellence. From the classroom to the court, we don't settle. Neither should you. Lynchburg. It's in our DNA. Today, tomorrow, always.
This is the dough. It's wicked cute. It's always so pretty.
It's in our DNA. Making a difference. Creating change. Fostering belonging. Achieving excellence. Lynchburg, it's in our DNA.
Honors for anybody looking to make a difference.
It's really community and connecting with the people around you.
It's been one of my favorite parts of college.
It's in our DNA. Making a difference. Being real, innovative, and strong wherever you are. Creating change. You believe the world can be better. We all can be better. And here is where we start making it happen. Fostering belonging. No matter who you are, here, you're home. Achieving excellence. From the classroom to the court, we don't settle. Neither should you. Lynchburg, it's in our DNA. Today, tomorrow, always.
Your calling is beyond the classroom. This is where you feel at home, where you feel connected. And this is the place where you'll answer that call. Here, you'll learn to lead the way in the industry you love. The equestrian sport management major at the University of Lynchburg. Accepting applications now.
See, in this hive, everybody has a place. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody is a part of the swarm. We are engineers of empathy, architects of tomorrow, storytellers of today. We're not waiting to change the world. We already doing it.
Being in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's gonna become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
A trademark of this place is self-expression. Not forced, not filtered, not a facade. We don't shape students into copies. We help you find your own voice.
Think a private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
Here in Lynchburg, the cage birds don't just sing, they soar. Because at Lynchburg, they will finally sing. A trademark of this place is self-expression. Not forced, not filtered, not a facade. We don't shape students into copies. We help you find your own voice. Unapologetic, authentic. Because to be a Hornet is to think differently.
Want to have some outdoor adventures while getting a degree at the same time? At the University of Lynchburg, we have an on-campus zip line and road tours. Plus, we offer adventure trips that cost less than a cup of coffee. And did I mention our beautiful scenery? We're a university for students looking for something more than just books. Welcome to your new adventure experience.
Lynchburg is all about you, your ideas, and your goals. We've got one professor for every 10 students, so you can get all the support you need. In the classroom, in the lab, or in nature, You'll learn by putting yourself out there, and we're right there with you.
And we welcome you back inside Turner Gymnasium after an action-packed first 20 minutes of play. Hornets out in front, 47-38. J.J. Henderson leading the way with 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting from the field. But it has certainly been a team effort for the Hornets in the first half of play. They're shooting 51.4% from the field, but a measly 12.5% from three-point range. They have not needed the three-point ball, though, in this game, scoring 34 points in the paint. They've also been solid from the free throw line, going 8 of 12 from the charity stripe. The rebounding margin, one thing that really sticks out in this game, 12 offensive boards for the Hornets on their way to a team total of 28. Just 16 for Guilford, 9 on the offensive end, and just 7 rebounds on the defensive side of the ball. Salters and Proctor leading the way for Guilford, a combined 17 points. Salters with 9. Both players shooting 3 of 7 from the field. Hornets will start with possession. It's Hart, covered by Edwards. Brown for Easton. Poked away by the Axeman. Blocked by Brown. But a follow from Dawson Edwards. Jamarcus over for Jesse. Mitchell met at the mountaintop but fouled on his way up. Take another look at this block from Jamarcus. Just got enough of it, but right place, right time, and good hustle from Dawson Edwards to stay in the picture. Mitchell heads to the free throw line for the first time today. First one is up and through. Another strong free throw shooter for Lynchburg, shooting at a 72% clip this season. Got them both. Hornets lead back up to 9. Salters for Axel. Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound, Clayton. Clayton with a kick out. Now Proctor looking to get some breathing room. Axel deep in the shot clock. Layup no good. Brown the rebound. Easton for Hart. Triple teamed. And Easton grabs a loose ball. Pearson Young left open. 3. No good. Pearson Young has not been able to find his rhythm offensively tonight, but has had a strong defensive performance. As the senior guard adds another rebound to his nightly total. Easton down low, reverse layup, falls through. Lynchburg up by 11. Proctor, nice deceleration on his way to the cup. Lead back down to single digits. 3-on-2 break. Jamarcus Brown, slow 2 steps inside. Banked it off the window and through. He's up to 9 points tonight. Salters bullying his way to the inside. Clayton with the follow, wanted a whistle, didn't get it, and a loose ball tie-up between Brown and Proctor. A host of substitutions will come in after the inadvertent whistle. Salter's going to stay in. Guilford leads the team with 17 minutes tonight. Young for Brown. Lost it through his fingertips. Salter's inside. Well short. Mitchell for Hart. Across the timeline to Easton. Brown will slow it down. Pressured by Edwards. Crosses to his right. Drops it off for Jake Hart, who's blocked. Transition layup, blocked by Brown. Off the window. His second block tonight. Three-point basket, no good. Rebound Brown. Easton, far corner, book it. Jason Threeston drains it to give Lynchburg their largest lead of the night. Up by a dozen, 56-44 with 16 and a half to go. And we welcome you back inside Turner Gymnasium. Lynchburg leading by a dozen. Edwards driving to his left, played back outside for Clayton. Proctor already with 2 threes tonight, scouting for more points. Edwards left open, far angle. Yes, sir. Give that dog a bone. Easton to inbound, taken away from Axel. Through contact, got it, and the foul. Here come the Quakers. On the verge of putting together a 6-0 run in a matter of 4 seconds. 56-47. A free throw waiting for the Quakers when we come back on FloSports. Welcome you back to Wayne Profit Court. Let's take a look at the 2 leading scorers from each respective team Jamarcus Brown and Braylon Salters, each with a great case right now to be the Conference Player of the Year when it's all said and done. Salters leading the conference in points per game. Jamarcus Brown, though, if you look at those defensive numbers, the blocks and steals combined has been extremely impressive this season. Double figures in every game this year, and to go on top of that with his 6 double-doubles and a chance for another one here today, already with 8 rebounds and 9 points. It feels like these two and then Amorian from Virginia Wesleyan are really the 3 top candidates right now to walk away with some hardware. Nevertheless, 6-point ball game. Lynchburg's largest lead that was about 2 minutes ago, or 12 seconds ago, been cut in half. Pearson Young, a 3, no good. A loose ball foul underneath the iron. This one looks like it's going to go against Jason Easton. No, it'll go against the Quakers, rather. So the foul goes against Gromensky. Underneath Thomas. Trying to keep it alive. Brown with the handle. Left it for Easton, but he couldn't come away with it. 3-on-1 break, and Proctor lays it up and in. The finger roll finish makes it a 4-point ball game. Mike Gray caught in a straitjacket, finds Palmore. Eli Thomas in transition, no good. Palmore the second chance. The tip falls in to make it a 6-point lead. Easton gives it up to Palmore. Mike Gray from 3, no good. Proctor worked around to Dawson Edwards. Proctor driving inside, the floater won't go. Eli Thomas either got a piece of it or a piece of him. Either way, this Guilford team looks frustrated. Axel keeps it alive. Proctor falling to the floor and need Jamarcus Brown on his way down. It didn't look intentional, but it certainly looked like it hurt. Oh my goodness. The foul will obviously go against Jamarcus for tangling up the body and bringing him to the deck, but oh, a knee right to the ear. Yeah, it was that follow through. It's clean there and then just comes down with that left leg. Oh. Salters, a kick out for 3. Second chance, won't go, and a foul on the way up. Reynolds Escher heads to the free throw line. His first trip today. He's 2 of 4 from the field with 4 points. This season, just a 52% free throw shooter. Got the first one to go. 20 of 37 from the line this year. Got them both. He is a big-time first-year contributor to this Guilford squad. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. Has really shown to be an elite scorer as Michael Gray slashes inside. And just Escher's third collegiate game, he dropped 25 in 23 minutes. He went 11 of 15 from the field. That kid is a straight-up hooper. Key Edwards got it to go right in the face of Brown. Out of bounds, another Lynchburg turnover. And this Guilford press has found some life here in the second half. More importantly, Lynchburg is 5 of 9 from the floor in the second half. Guilford, 7 of 19. Already gotten off 19 shots in 6.5 minutes. They're finally playing their brand of ball after Lynchburg controlled this first half of action. Corner three. Won't go. Dre pushing down the floor. Mike for Eli. Nice hesitation from Eli Thomas. He's up to double figures. Brown, oh my goodness, blocked Bacon, but he was called for the foul. That's his third personal. And he's not someone you want to get in foul trouble. Henderson at the scores table, you get the sense that he might be coming in for 35 in gray. That's exactly what will happen as Bacon misses the first free throw. Henderson, though, has had one of his best days of the entire season in just 7 minutes of play. Henderson, someone that doesn't necessarily play a whole lot in terms of minutes. He's certainly in the rotation. I don't want to make it sound like this guy's a bench warmer, but he's averaging right around 10 or 12 minutes a game. And when he plays those minutes, he is extraordinarily productive. Eli Thomas on the other end. He's having himself a day as well. Up to 12 points. He's leading this Hornets team in scoring. Dropped off. Edwards out wide for Proctor. Long three. Barry. Nothing Eli Thomas can do than smile and say, nice shot. Lead back down to 4. Hornets out in front. Under 13 minutes remaining. And we welcome you back in for some ODAC hoops. It's the Hornets on top of the Quakers, 64-60. Mike Gray running the baseline, looking for the end zone. It's Dre. Oh, poked away at the last second. A good old-fashioned Hail Mary heave. But a fumble right before the end zone. How about the pass from Mike Gray? Inbound for Hart underneath Lynchburg's iron. Quickly to Dre, or pardon me, quickly to JJ. Back up top, Mike Gray, a three-pointer. Left it short. Offensive rebound and tied up, a jump ball that goes in favor of the Quakers. Lynchburg is led by as many as 12, most recently at 56-44. Quakers haven't led since the 15-minute mark in the first half. Edwards. Back over for Axel. Clayton lost it right through his palms. Dre on the other end, floats in the air, can't get the bank shot to go, and another jump ball. This time it'll stay with the Hornets. Hard to inbound. To Dre underneath the iron. And the basket after it slipped through his mitts underneath the hoop. Far side wing for Gray. A screen from Henderson. How about the hedge right there? Dawson Edwards. What a defensive play. Obviously, this Guilford team makes their money with those takeaways in the full court pressure. But when you can get steals like that with half court pressure from your backcourt, that's a game changer. Jake Hart fouled at the half court line. This one goes against Proctor. That will be his third foul tonight. Him and Jamarcus Brown both in foul trouble. The only two players with 3 thus far. Let's walk you through some of the stats we've got. Obviously, the turnovers was a big thing in the first half because it was 12-14 at the break. Now, 13-21. Just one turnover for Guilford through the first 8 minutes of second half play. Lynchburg with 7. And that really shows itself on the field goal attempts. 22-14 right now in favor of Guilford. But Lynchburg been able to keep them at bay just because they've made 7 of Guilford's 9. So despite having 8 less shot attempts, they've only made 2 less. The three-point ball for Lynchburg has been one thing that has also kept Guilford in this contest. Just 2 of 13 from long range, both of which have been made by Jason Easton. You're going to need the likes of Mike Gray, Pearson Young, Jesse Mitchell to start finding their rhythm from deep. But it is tough when you're facing this kind of pressure all over the floor. It makes more sense to go inside. And that's where the bigs have really dominated today. The forwards, the leading 4 scorers for Lynchburg. Hart, got to get it across half court. Mike Gray, thought about it 3 and now pulls it out. Gray drives, steps through, the floater, left it short. Guilford has numbers. Axel out for Salters. His 3, good. And the Quakers lead for the first time in nearly 20 minutes. Henderson in the lane, no good. Eli Thomas, the offensive rebound. The putback, no good. 4 on 5. Axel fouled on his dribble drive. This game felt like Lynchburg was about to run away with it. You had a 12-point Hornet advantage after leading by 9 in the first half. They came out strong and continued to build off of what they had done in the first 20 minutes. And since that 16.5 mark, if you remember, it was a three-pointer and then a steal on an inbound that turned into the old-fashioned three-pointer. Just like that, the lead was cut in half, and the trajectory of this game was a complete 180. Guilford looking to expand their lead. They've led by as many as 4, back when it was 9-5. Key Edwards traveled with it. Inbounded to Dre. Working against Bacon. One thing that's so unique about this Guilford press is they'll bring doubles in a lot of different ways. Jake Hart streaks inside and a backdoor lay-in for two to give Lynchburg the lead once again. But I mean, you'll have the inbound defender go to trap in the corner. You'll have one of the guys on the far sidelines come down and meet him at half court. It is really unique how this Guilford pressure presents itself. And as soon as you think you've got it figured out, they throw another mix at you. A trip to the line for Salters. He's got 12 points tonight. 4 of 10 from the field and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. First attempt is true. Salters has been a prolific scorer this season, coming off a 26-point outing against Shenandoah. A season high of 32 scored against Pfeiffer. Dre against Bacon, up the near sideline. Pearson Young for Jesse Mitchell. Through the contest of Proctor, able to get it to go. Lynchburg out in front, 68-67. Bacon's pass deflected away and out of bounds. Henderson got a piece of it. We talk about how prolific this Guilford offense can be. If you take a look at the top 5 team scoring performances in the conference this year, 1 through 3 is Guilford, and also 4 and 5 is Guilford. 6 is Lynchburg, and then 7 is once again Guilford. I mean, this is an offense that just runs like an engine when it clicks, and the defense turning into offense helps as well. Here's Jake Hart over for Jesse Mitchell. A pull-up from the stripe is up and in. Jesse Mitchell with a strong performance today as well. He's someone that has really found his stride towards the back half of the season. Once we hit conference play, he has been a keystone figure in the Lynchburg lineup. Proctor through traffic, can't get it to go, and the second chance, no good. Ball batted out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Lynchburg wants a loose ball foul. I mean, there's so much congestion on the interior. It's because this Guilford team isn't going to try and get back and play defense, because they're playing defense right where the rebound's going to be. Rip through from Proctor. Blocked by Brown. Rebound Pearson. Had it poked away. That was a clear foul that didn't get called. And this time Lynchburg will get a whistle. They have been very frustrated by the lack of calls today. And I'm going to be quite frank, I don't like to talk about the officiating unless they're doing a great job. There have been a few tonight that have not gone with a whistle, and it's so tough in this game. I think basketball is probably one of, if not the most difficult sports to officiate, but this brand of basketball is a whole different level. This officiating crew, I'm amazed how much running they've been able to handle today. And on top of that, with the physicality that this Guilford team brings to the table, it just makes their life so difficult. Hart with the rebound, finds Pearson Young, a streaking Dre Ross, a Euro step finish that's up and in. Banked home for a pair. 72-67. Lynchburg on a little bit of a run right here as Guilford has gone scoreless over the last 2 minutes. Three-pointer. Far left. Clayton tracks it down in the far corner. A drive. Layup no good. Mitchell the rebound. Tipped away. How about the hustle right there from Gator? And that will take us to immediate timeout. 72-67, Lynchburg up in front by 5. And we welcome you back inside Turner Gymnasium. Salters leading the way for the Guilford Quakers with 14 tonight. Eli Thomas leading the offensive charge for Lynchburg with a dozen. This has been a physical, relentless, fast-paced contest. Nothing short of what we expected. If anything, there's been more defense than anticipated. 67-72, Lynchburg out in front. Jake Hart will inbound for the Hornets. That's my debut appearance on camera this season. And another turnover for the Lynchburg Hornets. This pressure just causing chaos, havoc, if you're a fan of that VCU squad from 2011 that had the trademarked defensive pressure. Salters doing some dancing. A cutting Clayton. Lost it momentarily and got it right back. Now here's Edwards from way downtown. Mitchell. Two-handed pass. Palmore. Through contact, no whistle. Quakers trailing by 2. Salters, air ball. Kept alive by the Quakers. How about the hustle right there from Swinger? This is a Guilford team that just refuses to quit. Axel hands it off for Salters to the near side. Inside, got it and the foul. Wow. Hillary Scott up in arms. And a technical foul awarded to Lynchburg. Who is it going to go against? Pearson Young. Yeah, that's a competitive guy. That you can really understand the frustration after Lynchburg has felt as though they have not received as many whistles as they have deserved. And then what feels like a really soft whistle, if you will, on the other end against Pearson Young. I mean, I don't know what else you would like him to do right there, in all honesty. That feels like a game changer. All in all, that's an additional 3 potential points for Guilford with the and 1 free throw and then the 2 technical free throws. It'll be interesting to see if they also get possession. I don't feel like that's the scenario, but we'll see how it plays out. Free throw is good, and with a flip of a switch, Guilford's up by 3. Jamarcus Brown at the timeline. Jason Easton hesitates, pulls it out. Palmore down low. Jesse Mitchell can't answer. Out of bounds, last touch by the Quakers. Inbound to Brown. A cutting Mitchell. That's beautiful positioning and footwork right there from the JUCO transfer in Jesse Mitchell. 1 point game, Guilford out in front. Salters pulls up, knocks it in. What a big time bucket. Hart turned it over, tried to force the issue. Axel from three, long rebound, gathered by Dawson Edwards. Now he flips to Proctor, a fake pass and a three-pointer that won't go. Offensive rebound once again, and this time Escher gets it to go in. Their largest lead of the game, up by 5 after Lynchburg had led by as many as 12. Jesse Mitchell now frustrated with the officiating crew as that one was called out of bounds off his leg. He felt like he got swiped. It really feels like the officiating has gotten to Lynchburg in the second half. That frustration has really started to boil. This is a big-time game in terms of the conference standings. Salters from three. The Quakers are running away with it. They have caught fire here in the second half. Mike Gray for Jason Easton. Up top for Brown with a jam. That ends a 7-0 run from Guilford. Proctor, and a foul called on Eli Thomas. Hillary Scott, hands on head, pacing back and forth in disbelief. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. 9 fouls for Lynchburg in the second half, just 4 for Guilford. The Quakers with 44 second half points now make it 45. What a turnaround it has been in the second half. Led by Salters and company, he's up to 24 points. Jamarcus Brown kicked away and a late whistle, but the right one. Hart for Dre. Gray, a fadeaway from the stripe. Eli Thomas, an offensive rebound. Count it, and the foul. Eli Thomas having himself an all-time career night. He just tied a season high of 14 points. A chance to make it 15 at the stripe. Eli Thomas puts it through. Make that a career-high 15 points for Eli Thomas tonight. Axel, the short corner basket is good. Lead back up to 7. Ross taking it coast to coast. Botched the bunny. The Quakers trying to put this one on ice. Proctor buries it. 10-point advantage. Lynchburg led by as many as 12. Gray's got to go. Lynchburg in dire need of a run. Ross, pull-up jumper. No good. Salters collects, dishes over for Bacon. Lost the handle. Ball's free. Eli Thomas on top of it. Calls for a timeout, and it's awarded to the Hornets. Their penultimate timeout with 3.5 remaining. Down by double figures. The Hornets outscored in the second half, 51-32, and they're going to need some juice coming from this student section. Men's lacrosse team poured in here, and now the Hornets in dire need of some momentum. You couldn't ask for a better midweek matchup. You might be at work sitting in your 9 to 5, screaming at your computer, hoping your boss doesn't know what's going on. Lynchburg led by as many as 12 with 16.5 remaining in this contest. 13 minutes later, it's a 22-point turnaround. Hart setting the table. Over for Brown, guarded by Edwards. A 2-3 zone presented from the Quakers. Flipped over. Mike Gray, opposite corner, no good. Edwards, the rebound. Lays it out in front for Proctor. Brown rejects it off the backboard. Ross for Eli Thomas. Through contact, earned a whistle with 3 minutes remaining. He'll have a pair of free throws awaiting. Proctor complaining, wanting a goaltending call. We'll take another look at it. No, I mean, that's as clean as it comes. Jamarcus Brown with his 3rd block of the night. Big pair of free throws right here from Eli Thomas. He has credited his improved playing to his new pair of shoes. Said he recently got these pair of kicks and said he's felt like a new man with them. Up with a career high tonight of 17. Guilford, for the first time maybe ever, is going to try and slow this game down. Salters, step back, no good. Proctor, the follow, missed the layup as well. Jump ball going in favor of Guilford. If you're Lynchburg, you need a stop. and you need a bucket. There's a fresh 20 on the ticker. Tipped, taken away. Jamarcus lays it out in front for Dre, who's fouled on his way to the rim. That'll be 1 and 1. Or no, they're going to give him 2. Pardon me, the foul's against number 2. Got a little eager right there. 1 and 1 for Dre Ross. Every sequence remaining feels invaluable. Missed it. Eli Thomas, what a day it's been. Stripped on his way up. Key Edwards got the lay-in. And the Quakers want to talk things over. 81-91, 2.5 remaining. And we welcome you back to Wayne Prophet Court. Hornets down by double figures with 2.5 to go. Hart inbounds to Brown. Looking for help. Lost his dribble. Got 5 seconds to get it across. They do so in time. Mike Gray, far side corner. Book it. That's a big one. 7-point ball game. 2:15 to go. Clayton over for Salters. A game-high 24 points. He's got 50 in his last 2 games combined. Salters drops it off. Axel stripped by Mike Gray, and another jump ball. It'll go in favor of the Hornets. Trailing by 7 with 1:50 to go. Palmore. Got Proctor on the turn. Offense has got to get set up. They're going to look to go through Brown. Hart up top. Jamarcus. Got it, and the foul. It's been a quiet double-double for Jamarcus Brown, his 7th of the season. He's now got 13 points and 10 boards to go along with 3 blocks and 2 steals. Back down to a 5-point game. Too strong from Brown. Still a 2-possession ball game. The Hornets need a stop on this sequence. And there's that student section finally coming to life. Axel. For Clayton. Now Salters. Driving on Brown. 7 on the shot clock. Salters spinning back. Fadeaway baseline. Air ball. Clayton threw it away. That's a shot clock violation. Wow. Lynchburg had possession and a breakaway layup, and Hillary Scott lost his marbles. Wow. That is a huge whistle. I mean, I was ready for the shot clock to go off, but it clearly went into Hart's hands before that timer went off, and there was an evident change in possession. Oh my goodness. A minute remaining. Lynchburg down by 2 buckets. Gray inside, fade away, no good. Brown got the follow. 3-point game, 45 seconds remaining. Salters with a 14-second difference between shot and game clock. And a timeout taken by Guilford. How about this putback from Brown, giving it everything he's got and some. He's got 15 points tonight. Eli Thomas has led the charge for Lynchburg with 17. What a ball game this has been. It was all Lynchburg for a long time, and then Guilford just completely flipped his switch, claiming the lead with 7 minutes to go. After Lynchburg had led by 12 with 16 and a half remaining. And then 2 minutes ago, this was a 10-point game. One possession, Guilford ball, trying to put it on ice. 11 on the shot clock, 25.9 on the game clock. I feel like you got to go to Salters with the night that he's had. Lynchburg won an offensive foul. They didn't get it. Right in the face of the official. Salters against Easton. Great contest. Lynchburg gets the stop. Now you need the bucket. And it's turned over. Or no, it was tipped. You had both directions pointing opposite ways. If you're Lynchburg, you can either go for the quick 2 and foul. With the next one, Guilford will be in the double bonus, so 2 shots no matter what. And Lynchburg with 1 timeout remaining, 0 for Guilford. Inbound to Mike Gray. Mike for Jamarcus for 3. No good, left it strong, and Guilford comes into the nest and snatches a huge conference road victory. Too little, too late from the Lynchburg Hornets. A ball game that came down to the final shot. The Hornets will have a little bit of a hiatus on their home floor. They head to Bridgewater this weekend before returning home on February 4th. Meanwhile, the women's basketball team will be back in action inside Turner Gymnasium this weekend. And thank you so much for spending your Thursday afternoon with us here on FloSports. Until next time, thank you so much and stay cool.